So these are the colors that I'm going to be using today to watercolor my 613 wig. I'm using 48 honey brown, 52 French cognac, and 58 cinnamon, and these are all by Adore. I had purposely saved these two pieces from when I cut my frontal to do a color test, so these are the pieces I'll be using before I dye my wig. Nothing's changed with the way that I'm going to be water dyeing this wig. It's the same method as my synthetic wigs. I boil some hot water, I put the color into the hot water, and I stir it around, and then I dip my wig. The first color I'm going to be pouring into the water is honey brown. I didn't measure any of this. When I was doing this, I was just pouring like a generous amount inside of the water. I should have for the first time, because I did have to do this multiple times, just get the right color and to get the whole color that needed throughout the whole wig. If I would have just did a little bit more than what you see me pour now, I think I would have been great. So if you're going to try this, I would suggest the more color you use, the better it will be, and you don't have to do it multiple times as I had to. I'm going to use my rake comb to stir up the dye, because I don't know where the little clamps I usually use, like the little tongs or whatever. So I'm just going to use this comb to mix the color in, and then I'm going to take the smaller piece of the frontal that I cut, the leftover piece, and just dip that inside to see how the lace is going to look and the hair, and to see if I like the color, if I need to add any more or not. This is what the color looks like. I don't really know if I liked it or not. I felt like it could have been more orangey or a little brighter. And this is how it looks once I had blow dried it, just so I can get a better look. And then I had did the other piece. I feel like the thicker piece is a little brighter. I'm not sure if the light was playing like tricks on my eyes, but I felt like I liked the thicker piece color better than the first one. I feel like it was a little more orange in it. So I felt like I was ready for that color of the second piece of the hair. And right here is where I messed up. Please do not do this if you're going to start your wig. I dipped the bottom in first instead of doing the top. And it's best that you do where you want the color to hit more. So what I should have done was put the front of the wig in first before putting the bottom, because once I did that, the color stuck up more into the bottom than the top, and you'll see in the next clip after this. I did let the wig sit in the water for a little bit just so it can kind of soak up some more. And after I took it out, this is what it looked like. I was not impressed at all. I was actually a little annoyed because it was really streaky. The ends, as you can see, is really good. It took the color great, but as you go up, it's not. And then also in the middle, it was still like blonde, and that's like a no for me. So I had to re-dye this again. Okay, so round two, I'm gonna add a little bit more water into the same water that I used before, and then I'm gonna bring it into a boil to get hot again and add some more of the hair color. And then I'm going to start from the top to bottom with putting my wig inside, and I'm gonna let that sit in for about 10 to 15 minutes just so it can soak up the color. This is what my wig looks like after I took it out after 10 minutes. As you can see in the middle, it's still streaky, but not as bright as the first time. So I decided to blow dry the hair first just to see if I liked it, because if it wasn't too bad, I was honestly going to leave it that way. This is what it looks like after I blow dried it. I actually like the color. It's good and all. It wasn't fully blow dried, but it was enough for me to be able to see what the metal was looking like. And as you can see, it's still streaky and like still like bright in the middle. So I didn't like that. So I decided that I was going to dye it one more time, and whatever color came out after that one more time, I was gonna stick with it, and I was not gonna do this again. This time around, I thought maybe because the pot wasn't big enough that I needed something to hold more water. So I boiled some more water, and this time I put it in this bucket. And I felt like the more water was in the bucket, it would have been better for the wig to soak up all of the color. So I wound up just using this bucket and doing the same process over this time. Except this time around, I used the whole bottle of the cinnamon because this is the main color that I really wanted to show too. And I felt like I had used a lot of the 58, the French Cognac, or whatever however you pronounce it. I felt like I used a lot of that, and that's why it was like really orangey. I'm gonna add some of the honey brown again, but I'm not going to add that much because I don't really feel like it's gonna make a difference. So I'm going to put a little bit in, and then I'm going to stir it up with the cinnamon. I wound up just using the whole bottle of the cinnamon. Like, I really wanted this color, so I actually started going crazy and tried to get every bit of the color out of the bottle. I just really wanted, if anything, this color to show mainly. So I just poured all of the cinnamon in it. I was like really trying to get all of the color out the bottle. Like, I was putting the water in there and just trying to get all of the color in because I was like, this is my last time doing this. And if anything, I'd rather it be this color. So this is me trying to get all the color out. And for the last time, I'm going to put the wig inside of the water and just push it under and make sure, all the water and color is being taken into the wig. And I actually let it sit in here for about 15 to 20 minutes just to be sure that like everything was soaked up this time. I mean, like everything. I didn't show it, but like I even like was taking the wig up and down out of the water, massaging it in the water because I really wanted to make sure that the color took, especially in the middle. As you can see, the water is kind of clear because that just tells you that the color was taken up into the wig. And now I'm just taking the wig out and just like kind of looking at it just to make sure everything is even and better than it was the first two times, which it was. I was actually really satisfied with the way it came out this last time. I think all I needed to do and should have done was just put, if not all three bottles, at least one bottle, full bottle, and it would have came out fine. This is the final look of my wig, and I actually really love it. I didn't flat iron it, I did blow dry it, and that's why it looks kind of straight. But this is what the wig looks like. I'm really in love with this color. It looks more darker than it did the first time. and I'm just gonna show you guys what the back looks like now. In the middle, everything is even, nothing streaky. That's how I needed it to be the first time. This is probably no big deal, but I did want to kind of point this out. In the back of my wig, it's a little streak, like a little like streaked dark parts in the back, because I had took the empty bottle of cinnamon and I had squirted some of the honey brown in the French cognac inside too, and I kind of mixed it around and was squirting. I didn't show that part, but I was squirting it until the hair when it was in the water. So it streaked it a little bit, but it isn't that bad. It still looks good, and I love the outcome of the wig. For the final look, I decided to cut the hair into a bob. This was actually my second time cutting it. Y'all, look at my twin, and we did not even plan this. Girl. Overall, I think this wig came out pretty good. I need to work on my cutting still, but I think the bob looks pretty great. And I did glue it down with the Got2b spray and glue. And up here, I kind of burnt the hair a little bit with my hot ironing comb because it's a little bit too hot, but it's not that bad. Let me know what you guys think about this hair below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're not already, and stay tuned for some more upcoming videos. Until next time.